Hello, I'm Chris Williams from Read Comics They're Bad For You, the name of my YouTube channel. Or if you're watching BitChute, the name of my BitChute channel is Comic Freak. Today we're going to be talking about more rumors that Doomcock has put out. Mind you, they are only rumors. With this article, The Rise of Skywalker test screening all over the place and confusing. Yes, apparently the people who have been watching the test screenings, well, they don't call them test screenings, they call them screens for their families, and you know that's an outright lie. A new rumor about Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker test screening describes the film as all over the place and confusing. The rumor comes from YouTuber Doomcock, who received the information from a source that he describes as having knowledge of the production. Now, these inside sources have been pretty knowledgeable and, well, they have been right a good portion of the time as I understand it. But then again, they are only rumors from inside sources and you must take these inside sources with a grain of salt always because they can be wrong. Of course, there is a spoiler warning because this does concern the plot of The Rise of Skywalker. So if you don't want to know what goes on, don't listen to it if these do turn out to be right. Doomcock details his source told him that the film bored the F out of me. He adds the film might be worse than The Last Jedi. From what I've heard of these rumors, yeah, it is. As I understand it, J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy are doing so many cuts and re-edits of this film that it's amazing they have anything to put out as a movie. Doomcock then explains why his source described the film as all over the place and confusing. The narrative connection of events is threadbare. Things unfold because they have to, not because they logically should. The story seems to largely consist of multiple MacGuffin-style modular plots, achievements moving from one planet set piece to the next. In other words, this thing is more like a video game than a story. He continues, my source was adamant that he would not recommend that friends go see The Rise of Skywalker. Doomcock then details there is chaos behind the scenes at Bad Robot and Lucasfilm. I have confirmation from my source of just how bad things are behind the scenes. A version of the film was locked in as the final version, and then a day or two later, another version of the film was locked in as a final. He continues, the news source reportedly has knowledge that at least 5 different versions of the film exist, and this source verifies that in the last 2 weeks, 2 new versions have been finalized. Doomcock then reveals new leaks from the film which he received from this new source. My source confirms that the last line of the film is, I am Rey Skywalker. Rey evidently says this line to another woman. Out of 7 different versions of this film, they leave that line in there. Of course, Rey is going to become Rey Skywalker because they just need to take everything away from Luke, right? I mean, Rey is getting everything. The old tattered home on Tatooine, his name, his freaking lightsaber. Of course they're going to give it all to Rey because she's a woman. He continues, my source confirms that throughout The Rise of Skywalker, they use the name Skywalker as synonymous with Jedi, so that Jedi is essentially replaced with Skywalker by the end. From there, Doomcock then lists out a number of scenes that have been rumored and details whether they made it into the final cut of the film. He first notes that the rumored scene of Luke training Leia as a Jedi is no longer in the film. Luke training Leia is a Jedi, it's supposed to be as a Jedi. Well, with nitpicks about the way this article is written aside, the fact that the rumored scene of Luke training Leia is gone apparently is not a good or a bad thing because he explains why he believes this scene was cut. This is a common theme throughout this cut of the movie. I suspect that Disney is aware of how much fans hated these plot points, and Disney's solution to the problem seems to have been not to fix the plot points, but rather to cut any attempted explanations of the plot points, hoping that the film will be loud enough and confusing enough to breeze over the idiotic plot points without explaining them. While the scene with Luke training Leia has been cut, Doomcock does indicate that Leia gives Rey a lightsaber. Doomcock did a great Christmas joke for the magically appearing lightsaber, so I'll do a Halloween one. Did Leia get a lightsaber one night when she was trick-or-treating on Halloween? He then details a scene between Kylo Ren and Emperor Palpatine. According to my source, Kylo stumbles across Emperor Palpatine fairly early in this cut. Kylo is looking for something called the Wayfinder. He continues, the Wayfinder, if we can even call it that, seems to be some powerful MacGuffin that several characters are after. It's like a Sith holocron, but not red, and it is the key to finding the Sith dagger that was used to kill Rey's parents, that has Sith runes on it that C-3PO will have to get his memory wiped to decode. And once he does, the Sith dagger conveniently will lead Rey to another planet, and so on until she finds Palpatine, as we all know she will. Doomcock adds, it turns out the Emperor has been hiding out in the unknown regions and amassing a fleet of Imperial Star Destroyers. He wants Kylo to join him, but the ultimate plan is to also bring Rey into the fold. This cut of the film does not explain how the Emperor has returned. All the explanations regarding the clones and the fact that it was a clone of Palpatine that died in Return of the Jedi, all of that is gone from this cut, says Doomcock. This cut of the film also reportedly cut Matt Smith's role in the film. He has been rumored to play a younger version of Palpatine. Doomcock then notes in this cut it is revealed that yes, Palpatine is Rey's grandfather, and yet her parents were nobodies. He continues, Rey does find the Sith dagger. My source says this Sith dagger is a stupid MacGuffin that makes Rey know everything. It's really dumb. It has runes on it that 3PO must decode to help Rey out, but apparently doing so overloads 3PO and completely wipes his memory. So Matt Smith was cut from the film, if he was ever even involved in it, but I'd say this is actually a good thing. At least we don't have to worry about Matt Smith Doctor Whoing it up, right? Yeah. I mean, we wouldn't want anything actually good to be part of the Star Wars universe anymore at all. I mean, yes, it breaks Star Wars and Doctor Who canon if you were to make a few references to his old series, as well as be standing next to a giant blue box. Doomcock then provides new details about Keri Russell's Zorii Bliss. Keri Russell's Zorii Bliss does not seem to be a Sith assassin as the rumors held, nor was she responsible for Rey's parents' deaths. The character is simply Poe's friend from her spy smuggling days. She keeps her mask on the whole film. Apparently, at one point she lifts a visor so you can see her eyes while she is flirting with Poe. She sounds kind of pointless to the movie, but hey, maybe she actually is a Sith assassin, and the rumors saying that she isn't are just that, rumors. Because from what I'm hearing, she just sounds like Poe's arm candy to me. He then provides an update on the final battle with Palpatine. Force ghosts do not engage with Palpatine, but they do talk to Rey during it. The various cuts that had Luke returning in the flesh to fight against Palpatine, Anakin returning in the flesh, Leia returning in the flesh, these are all gone. It's just Rey and Kylo versus Palpatine now. It's confirmed that Rey shoots Force lightning during the struggle. Oh God, of course Rey has Force lightning, because Rey is a perfect Mary Sue and she must have the power to take out ships in orbit. As for Reylo, Doomcock states, well, apparently throughout the movie, they Force Skype each other, touch, base, fight, then hang up. This happens over and over again, and Kylo and Rey essentially fall in love between Force Skype, fighting, uniting to defeat the Emperor in the end. Doomcock's source described the romantic subplot. It's really bad, like Twilight bad. And I have to say, of course it's Twilight. They can't do anything but rip off Twilight as well, because Disney are a bunch of rip-off artists. At least they are now. They might have been something different in the past, but I can't remember when they were. Doomcock continues, bad boy Kylo gets turned into a good boy by the love of the bestest girl ever. He ends the video saying we will never see the cut where the Millennium Falcon gets blown up, killing Chewie and Lando and R2 and 3PO and Leia. They cut that scene. They backed away from that abyss at least. What do you make of this new information from Rise of Skywalker test screen? What about the new rumors and leaks about the plot of the film? My opinion? Well, since I wasn't going to see The Rise of Skywalker anyway, I'll tell you my opinion. Now that I've seen all these different videos detailing the various rumors about The Rise of Skywalker and about how it's going to be and how it's going to end, how Rey is going to take the name Rey Skywalker, take that name away from Luke, the hero of the original trilogy, and now we're left with her instead of him or any of the other heroes from the 70s and 80s. No, I'm not going to see this film. In fact, these rumors basically tell me no one should see this film. If you like this video, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube is going around unsubscribing people, so make sure you're still subscribed. If you're watching my videos but you have not subscribed, please subscribe to me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Read Comics They're Bad For You. Then go over to BitChute and subscribe to my BitChute channel, Comic Freak. Hit that bell for notifications, hit that like button, and leave some comments down below. And if you could you please share this video, share it on Twitter, and share it on Facebook. Share it anywhere you think it would do the most good, because YouTube isn't going around promoting their own YouTube creators, and it would really help me if you could please share this video. Now listen closely. It's that time of the day again. Keep checking back in future videos for more information on my own upcoming independent comic book Scumdogs. I'm Chris Williams, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video or review.